Hello. It's been a while, but it's good to be back. I'm going to be just going over a project that I've been working on for myself. I've done a bit of it already, but it's not quite working. So I'm gonna walk you through what I've done so far, explain the rationale behind it, and then do a bit more development. And then I've got quite a few more interesting projects that hopefully I'll start to get back into the swing of things and do some more regular streams. And also, this is the first time, if it's all working properly, that I'm going out on Twitch as well as YouTube, so that would be interesting. Okay, so this is the product. This is the project. I'm calling it DaeDaLuS, but that was obviously taken anywhere, as any good name is. So it's abbreviating it DaeDaLuS, which I think sounds close enough that it will do. So I sort of use them interchangeably. But the idea for it came when I was working on my website, which still isn't working. But the idea was to do a sort of static Astro style static site generator. So I would it would use and I'm probably do another stream on this because I've had various ideas on how to improve things, but the general idea is that it has a bunch of templates, which could include some styling, and then it has a bunch of blogs in Markdown. It renders the blogs, it inserts them into the templates, and that's how it works. As you can see, you've got some very exciting blogs so far. Hello World and Another Test. I know, brilliant blogs. I'm sure you'll and then also could have keys and stuff in there was the idea. Yeah, okay. But the thing I thought is that I want to host this on my own VPS, and it would be really nice though if I could still have the CI/CD experience that you get with something like Netlify. So if you can set it up with Netlify, so when you make a PR, it spins up an ephemeral instance, and it can so you can see your changes, and that automatically updates every time you push to that branch. And then also when you commit to main, you can make it so it updates the live version automatically, so you never have to worry about going onto the server. And I was like, oh, that would be great. And I was thinking, well, maybe I can add an endpoint into the server where I say, well, it's going to be an update, and then it knows it pulls, and then it restarts itself, and how will that work? And then I was thinking, well, what if there were multiple processes, and how would that manage multiple instances at the same time? Wouldn't it be neat if there was another process that did that? And that's what DaeDaLuS is. So the general idea is that it's a service that starts up and it manages other things. So kind of similar to System D type thing, and I'm taking some inspiration in terms of the commands from that. But the general idea is you give it a command to start something up, and then you can say, I want you to update this, and then it will generally do pull git, it will build it, and then it will kill the old one and restart it. And then also captures all of the log files. Down the line, what I want to do is incorporate a reverse proxy. So you can have a bunch of things, and it does virtual hosts and proxying automatically, and then it can do zero downtime. So let's say you have the old version, and that's running on port, I don't know, 10,001, and then it starts the next version up on 10,002, and then it switches the reverse proxy over to the new one. And then only when the old one is starved does it bring that one down. So that's the general idea. Yeah, so I think I'll put in the code. Yeah. So at the moment, it's obviously the middle. I've got a bunch of encrypted stuff, but let me. Is that any more readable? Okay. So let me walk through. I've done it. I've tried to get something working as quickly as possible. So let's start with start. So I'm setting it up. The idea is that there could be, in the main, that there could be multiple different things. So at the moment I'm just starting it, but the idea is here that you'd have some clap thing with subcommands, and then maybe we want status, maybe we want to update something, maybe we want to do this, maybe we want to create a sort of an interactive session where I can do multiple commands, or maybe I want to sort of tail a log, so any I get a stream of them. Lots of different things that you could do. But for now, we're just starting the server. And so that calls into here. So this reads a configuration file, which is DaeDaLuS.toml, and this, if you come in systemd terms, each of these sort of represents a unit file. And then I parse that. I initially started using the toml crate. Now I'm using the toml edit. I'm struggling. I found them a bit confusing. But for just reading things, it's fine. But the idea is also that you'll be able to edit the unit things, possibly via a GUI, or just with the commands, and that seems a bit more difficult, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So the idea is we have something that represents this, and so what we have is just a map from strings, which are the names of the processes, to this proc.toml struct. So we can have a look at that. So this is very janky at the moment. You just have setup, prepare, run, and update, and they're just strings, they're just scripts, they just get executed in the shell. Down the line, I think it would be nice to have something more sophisticated where you could opt to have, for example, run. Generally you would have a command, so have the command and arg pairs, but then for setup and prepare, those would often be git, so have options to make that more ergonomic to set up. But again, just wanted to make something work. Okay, so this is just logging using tracing, which can do all these rather neat things. And then I turn them into these process descriptions, which are the instructions plus the name and the directory that they are in. So it just needs the name as well, basically, and then it generates the path. And so the architecture that I've settled on after trying a few different things was basically to have an actor system. So there's at the moment there's just one manager. So there's that process has control over all of the that actor, let's say, has control over all of the processes that are running, and then the server can send messages to it, and if it needs a feedback, it sends in the message a one-shot channel to get the return value. And so that's the general idea of that. Later down the line, possibly having multiple actors per process. I'm not sure. I'm not terribly worried about performance. The idea of this is not that you hammer it a whole bunch. The idea is that, once in a while you will do it. So, I think if there's contention and things like that, it's not really the end of the world. So we just spawn that block on the server. The server is very simple. At the moment, it just has a root and then a bunch of hard-coded things. But I've got these messages. So, for example, we've got updating a single process. I've just hard-coded in the one, which is my website, which is what this is all designed to do. And then I'm creating a one-shot channel to get the result back. So I can send those together, and then I can wait for the acknowledgement and get that. And then obviously down the line, I'll be able to send those back. And if you have something live, then you could have a WebSocket and you could spin something out that sends things back. So why don't we have a look at the manager. So the way that this works is that it takes some collection of process descriptions, and then something to receive instructions on. And it has a map of running processes, and that's because sort of it's the actor model type thing. It's only this, you don't have to worry about any shared memory, which is nice. So then I'm using a join set to be able to do a bunch of them in parallel, because if you think about your building things, that's going to take a long time, and we can do those in parallel. So we add them all to the start set, and then we join all of them, and then if they succeed, then we insert them into the running. And then we wait for any messages, and then if we receive one, there's only one at the moment, which is update a single process. And if we do, we take the process. Oh, I'll show you what the process is. So so a process includes a description and then a child, which is basically a handle to the OS process that's actually running. And so that's what we get returned from the start function that we have exec to run cached. So basically what that does is it runs the prepare and run and init, runs all of them, but then after each one, it writes to a file saying, oh, I've done this one, and then the next time it won't do it again. So for example, if you start with a git clone and then you run it again, it won't git clone again. It will just it will skip those steps. Otherwise it causes some bit errors. I don't know whether might have to have some notion of volumes, because if you need some state that's shared between one version of your program to the next, then that doesn't really work with the zero downtime, because then you have things in the same folder and it gets a bit hairy. But we'll see. Anyway, so then for the update, we update and then prepare. So this would be, in this example, this is a git pull, and then this is the prepare is a cargo build. And so that means it's basically ready to go. And then we send a sig term. So that's equivalent of a control C. So basically a graceful shutdown if they've got a handler. And then if that doesn't work, then we just kill it as strongly as we can. And then we get the new process by running it. And you see this marvelous error handle, like, it should work. And then insert that new one into the running. And it does work. So, I was using 6615 because it sort of kind of looks a little bit like DaeDaLuS. So you can... So one setup failed. Evidently... So they said it... Repository not found. Oh, okay. So this is expected. This is just a dummy one. Manager received message. I think the website is running on AG. Oh, no, that is something else. So, right, okay. Maybe you need to bubble up these somehow, or at least detect whether, because this will, I mean, presumably if and should have some kind of detection to see whether the child process is still even alive or not. Okay, let me. Okay, so now if I just do AD, you can say, there's nothing there. But if I restart it, message, still didn't work. Address already in use. Let me check the I can never remember how to let's try nets. Let's see. I always miss the pipe. Right. We want 80. Oh. That's not very helpful. why is the... Okay, let me try using the website repo directly. Address already in use. Oh, this is not. It's not a very good start. Let's see if that is it anything. Okay, well that's more promising. What I let me just curl it. HTTP. I swear this was. Wait, what port? It'd be rather awkward if I was just running on this on the wrong port the whole time. Oh, 8080. Ah, okay. That was rather daft. Okay. So let's try this again. Okay. So that's address already in use. Okay, but now we don't get that. Oh, if we do the right. Ah, okay. We get welcome. Okay, so that's the general idea, and it's almost I think it's almost ready for at least me to use on my own website. But then I think the main the main features then are to have a command that sends that message and to actually include some information in it, and then also to do some authentication. So sort of a few ways of doing it. Ideally do it through a key exchange. So have a list of public keys with certain things allowed, and then I think Ring lets you do it, but basically send a challenge, get that signed, send it back, and then verify it. But I think for now, just a secret, I think, is the best thing to do. Sorry. So, well, basically some arbitrary, data like a password or I guess like an API key. So maybe I'll start on the clap, and yeah, so okay, so basically here what we want to do is have clap subcommands. So I have done let's look at the docs. So I've done quite a bit of stuff with clap on various things, but I always manage to forget how to do it. Well, first what I'm going to do is cargo add clap. Yeah, need the cool. Do we? I wonder what string does. Okay, so that should work. So oh right, so version clap parser, cool, that's what we want. So option, how does the commands work? Okay. Sub commands. So let's do start, which doesn't have any options, and update, which has a. Do we need to? Okay, so. Well, let's see what this actually does. I'm curious, because I want it to be. I don't really want it to be a flag. And then I need the drive subcommand. Okay. From argument is not. So how can I because I want it just oh well, let's do just do, let's say, target, and then it's arg short, I'll just do long. Does don't want to do this in main. I'll do it just above main. Okay. So then is that the okay? Let's CLI equal pause. And for now, let's just do info. Oh, it doesn't. Oh, I guess it's mine. I need to. Cool. So let's try and calculate R. So that should just be. Oh, well, I don't want to. Don't want to actually do anything. Okay, command none. And so let's try start. That's good. And update. Excellent. Okay. Cool. So I guess, I mean, actually, couldn't we just... Very nice. Cool. So then now what we want to do here is match CLI.command if it's there, we want to start, and if it's here, then we're going to want to make a new file, which is, here we are. So this is an interesting thing because, well, I guess I can just use a blocking client. But in general, I'm going to want other commands to be async. So, because in here, my start function built the runtime manually, and only there. But I think I might want to move that up. So let's do, let me turn this into a Tokyo spawn. I'll have to check. I'm just worried that if I return from inside the function, yeah, if I return from start, well, after, if I just spawn, because there's a non-blocking, then the whole program will exit, and so the whole thing will be over. Okay, so, well, let me just make it that's just the well, that's the easy way out. And yeah, error handling sort of non-existence, but I'll work on that. Okay, update. So here we have, so and then we need to add this to our lib. Okay, cool. So, basically, for now, I think we can just encode it in the URL. So effectively, just we want to send to. Now we need the URL. So URL /update/ target, where these ones are. Right, so in here I actually want let me do long, short, and point, and then this is going to be well, let me do string for now. I think there are probably libraries that do that better. Okay. So, but here it's, I'm going to make the I remember there's a way to do defaults. Version map. Okay, no, that's in here. Defaults. Excellent. Default value t. So what should we do? Yeah, I'll do it so because I think it makes it clearer what the default value t to string. Right, is that? Say it's unnecessary, but and then I'll do and ports are U16, I believe, and then we're gonna go 6615. Okay, Clippy's not yelling at me. Okay, there we are. So now I just need to in my update, I'm gonna have end point. This can be a string. Port U16. Excellent. Okay. And then I just need to update endpoint port target dot. Oh wait. We got the mod. Cool. So then I think request, I think, is the classic way to do this, which I have used but have forgotten. That should be fairly straightforward. So requests, let me just add that. So get what and what type? Oh, it just sticks them all together. Okay, so T where I'm assuming a string will do. So let's do HTTP and then endpoint colon port slash target. And then of course we need to await that. I think it's this response. Yeah, okay. Yeah, not really handling errors. Yeah, but now. Oh wait, yeah, no, this should be slash update. There we are. And then when we start the server, what we actually want to do is, instead of the root, I'll leave that there. Oh no, I won't. So this is going to be update slash, and then I think we can do that. I was using that on my website. Let me find myself. Yeah, so when you use the colon, then cool. So we should just be able to get in the function. So that's cool. So oh yeah, of course, that's what I want. And I want, instead of root, I want this to be update. Excellent. Oh, well, I might as well just change this because it's so update. But then the key thing here is that I want to extract the path, which is going to just be, oh yeah, okay, path string. So this, and then this is the target. So then here I can use the target instead. Okay. Let's see if that works. So I'm gonna do is start. So let me go start. Okay, and then cargo r update. And then target. Does that work? That seems promising. So, that's good. So, commit that. Okay, so let me just tidy up some of these. Yeah, I think this is a remnant from something else, so I can get rid of that. Don't need. Cool. So I know didn't get super far, but we made a bit of progress, and I'll hopefully come back to this soon, and I think start doing some error handling. And once I've got that, I think I will then try actually deploying it, and then adding it to GitHub Actions, and then see how that goes. So that should be pretty exciting. Cool. Well, thank you for watching on YouTube or Twitch, and hopefully tune in. I'll keep working on this. Also got quite a few other interesting things that are coming down the pipeline. So, see you later.